Yeah, over there.
in Judah.
Yeah.
They pitched camp at Ephes Damim
Ephes, 0 blood.
between Sako and Azekah.
Sacho, it's over there. I just show you. Azeka, it's over here. And between, it's over there.
Saul and the Israelites assembled and camped in the Valley of Elah, right here,
Right here.
and drew up their battle line to meet the Philistines.
Battle line, it was between that mount, and I just show you, to that one. Where is the battle line? It's right over here. You see there is a kind of a bridge or some kind of a ditch over there below the road. Over there, by the way, we stopped with Jonathan Kong and we pick a stone, you know. Then David picked before he fight with them over there. Keep going.
The Philistines occupied one hill, and the Israelites another, with the valley between them.
I'm just like in a flight tender, you know.
A champion named Goliath,
Goliath.
who was from Gath, came out of the Philistine camp.
Yeah.
His height was 6 cubits and a span.
Oh yeah.
He had a bronze helmet on his head, wore a coat of scale armor of bronze weighing 5,000 shekels.
Shekels.
On his legs he wore bronze greaves, and a bronze javelin was slung on his back. His spear shaft was like a weaver's rod. His iron point weighed 600 shekels. His shield bearer went ahead of him. Goliath stood and shouted to the ranks of Israel.
Okay, could you shout?
Israel!
Man, that's not Goliath.
Goliath!
Oh, now you're giving me a Goliath.
Why do you come out and line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine? And are you not the servants of Saul? Can a man and choose a man and have him come down to me? If he is able to fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subjects and serve us. Then the Philistines said, "This day I defy the armies of Israel. Give me a man and let us fight each other." On hearing these words, Saul and all the Israelites were dismayed and terrified. David was the son of an Ephrathite named Jesse,
Yeah.
who was from the town of Bethlehem.
Over there. Yeah. Out there walking.
Jesse had 8 sons, and in Saul's time he was very old. Jesse's 3 oldest sons had followed Saul to the war. The firstborn was Eliab, the second Abinadab, and the third Shammah.
Shema. Yeah.
David was the youngest. The 3 oldest followed Saul. David went back and forth from Saul to tend the father's sheep at Bethlehem for 40 days.
Everything is 40 in the Bible.
The Philistine came out every morning and every evening and took his stand. Jesse said to the son, "Take this ephah of roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread for your brothers and hurry to the camp. Take along these 10 cheeses to the commander of the unit. See how your brothers are doing and bring back some assurance from them." There went Saul and all the men of Israel in the Valley of Elah fighting against the Philistines. So early in the morning, David left the flock in the care of a shepherd and loaded up and set out at Jesse's direction. He reached the camp as the army was going out to its battle positions, shouting with the war cry. Israel and the Philistines were drawing up their battle lines, facing each other. David left his things and went with the keeper of supplies, ran to the battle lines, asked how his brothers were doing. As he was talking with them, Goliath, the Philistine, champion of Gath, stepped out and shouted his usual defiance, and David heard it. Whenever the Israelites saw the man, they fled in great fear. Now the Israelites have been saying, "Do you see how this man keeps coming out to defy Israel? The king will have great wealth to the man who kills him, He will also give him his daughter in marriage and will exempt his family from taxes in Israel. Woohoo!
Free tax.
David asked the man standing near him, "What will be done for this man who kills the Philistine and removes this disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine
Blah, blah.
that he should defy the armies of the living God?" They repeated to him what they had been saying and told him, "This is what will be done for the man who kills him." When Eliab, David's oldest brother, heard him speaking with the men, he burned with anger and asked him, "Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those sheep?
Go home.
I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is, that you came down only to watch the battle."
Sultan.
"Now what have I done?" David said. Can I even speak?" He then turned away to someone else and brought up the same matter, and the man answered him as before. David was overheard, reported to Saul, and Saul sent for him. David said to Saul, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." Saul replied, "You are not able to go out against the Philistine and fight him. You are only a young man, and he has been a warrior from his youth." But David said to Saul, "Your servant has been keeping his father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came out and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it, struck it, rescued the sheep from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and killed it. Your servant has killed both a lion and a bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who has rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will also rescue me from the hand of this Philistine."
Oh, now, listen what David said. Now it's not me, it's the Lord going to do that, okay? Very important to pay attention for that little things, because that's a fight between gods, not between people.
Saul said to David, "Go, and the Lord be with you."
Am I right?
And Saul dressed David in his own tunic and put his coat of armor and bronze helmet and shield. David fastened on the sword and tried walking around.
But can I say something? When Saul said to David, "Go and may the Lord be with you," it's like, I'm not taking responsibility. No, I'm just joking.
And he
I'm not brave enough, you do it, son.
So he put it all on. But after walking around, he was not used to them. He said, "I cannot go in these," he said, "because I'm not used to them." So he took them off. And he took his staff in his hand, and he chose 5 smooth stones, put them in his pouch in his shepherd's bag, and with his sling in his hand, he approached the Philistine. Meanwhile, the Philistine, with his shield bearer in front of him, kept coming closer to David. He looked David over and saw that he was a little more than a boy, glowing with health and handsome, and he despised him. He said, "Am I a dog that you come at me with a stick?" And Philistine cursed David by his gods.
Oh. That's it.
He doesn't know our
That's
God.
it.
He does not know our God.
Yeah, that's it.
"Come here," he said, "and I'll give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals." David said to the Philistine, "You come against me with a sword and a spear and a javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands. I will strike you down, cut off your head. This very day I will give the carcasses of the Philistine army to the birds and the wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel."
Amen.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All those gathered here will know that it is not by the sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands. As the Philistine moved closer to attack him, David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag, taking out a stone, he slung it, struck the Philistine in the head. The stone sank into his forehead. He fell down face first to the ground. So David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone. Without a sword in his hand, he struck down the Philistine and killed him. And David ran and stood over him, took hold of his sword, drew it from the sheath, and after he had killed him, cut off his head with the sword. When the Philistines saw that their hero was dead, they turned and ran.
Back to Gaza.
Then the men of Israel and Judah surged forward with a shout and pursued the Philistines to the entrance of Gath and to the gates of Ekron. Their dead were strewn along the Sarim road to Gath and Ekron.
That's it. Guys, what an end story, huh? The Philistines have a 5 city in that lane. Gaza, Ekron, Gath, Ashdod, and next to Tel Aviv, I forgot that, Arsuf. Okay, 5 of them. So they ran to that place. Look what one little boy gives so much courage to the people to do and to fight, mostly against who? Against they fear. What make him having the courage now to run? It's the fear and holding it. That's what I'm trying to say about Zion. To break the what do you call this, like barrier of a fear of every one of us. It's the most challenging things that we could do in our life. How many times we want to do things and our fear paralyzed from doing that? That's the story about it.
That's why
That's
our
my
group is
my
so
point
little,
of
y'all.
me to see
That's why
that.
our group is so small. You wouldn't believe the amount of people
I can't believe you're going.
who wanted to come and
because
said,
of the war.
"You can't go right now. Why are you going right now?"
Right.
They missed out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going with God.
Yeah. They were paralyzed by fear.
Paralyzed by fear. How
And
many
the tip
times?
their moves.
And not only that, think about all kind of things that you want in your life. You dream to be that, and always said, but I cannot do that. But maybe
Fear.
not in another life. Now,
Yeah.
this is the time to do it. And according to the Bible, the Torah book, heaven, there is no hell. There is no hell. Sorry, read again the 5 books of Moses. There is no such a things like that called hell. Heaven, it's on earth, not up there than we know. Okay? It's here, where it's existing in Iraq, by the way. That's how the Bible describes heaven.
Whoa.
Yeah, read again.
Read it again.
And I'm going to show you something that I have to work on, but it's the key to everything. When our Messiah Jesus came, he was trying to show his disciples what love really is and how to love. Why? Because he says, perfect love casts out all fear.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many times did he say to his disciples, fear not, fear not? When the angel came to visit Mary and Joseph, first words out of the mouth was, fear not.
I'm with you always.
Perfect love casts out fear. David had the perfect love of the Lord God of hosts of his armies, which was able to cast out all fear. Because he knew that God had rescued him from a lion and from a bear, and he said, who is this? He's just like the lion and the bear. Can you imagine being, I'm going to guess, 12, 13, 14 years old and grabbing a lion by the mane and killing it with your bare hands?
Yeah.
That's what it said he did.
And unfortunately, we don't have any more bear and a lion. No,
Wow.
they killed all of them. You know who is dead? They killed everything here. That land was empty when we came here because they don't care about nature. We just saw how they don't care about nature.
Garbage
Just
everywhere.
a few days ago when they killed the most beautiful creature on earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh?
It was
Just
very
for fun. And it was like,
And they
Yeah.
said it was a very rare one too.
yeah.
It was a rare species.
Yeah. So we bring in that land to be the old Bible, ancient Bible. And somewhere in my faith, it's when people changing reality for the good, then I believe Jesus comes.
So just to confirm, this is the valley right here, right here,
Well, okay.
or right here.
We'll take this interstate or whatever you want to call it right here.
Okay,
in
this
front of us.
highway.
Right. If you follow the interstate, and then you'll see this opening on the left and the right.
Yep,
That's the
yep.
valley.
That's the valley. That's what I'm pointing at right
the city
there.
that
Is
you
that
see
valley
building
right there.
here,
Right.
And then the hills on both sides
Yeah, that's the Philistine hill over there.
over there. This is the
And the Israelites are over here.
over here,
Yeah, over here, and they would come down and meet there.
down there. Okay, down there. Okay,
it's like a
okay,
children's
good.
machine.
Thank you.
Boom.